Hey everybody, welcome back to X-Plane 11, and we are in 53176 at John Wayne, of course parked at ACI West, and we're going to do let's say nice and easy flight, but if you were to do this flight in real life, obviously some people it would be a very nice and easy flight, but it is a Bravo transition into one of the busiest airports in the world. Definitely the busiest general aviation airport, or one of the busiest general aviation airports in the world, Van Nuys. And then we're going to fly over the beautiful Southern California coast, and should be pretty. There's some marine layer cloud stuff going on, but nothing in the layer or nothing between the altitudes that we're going to be flying, so it should be okay. I did some spot checking on some of the airports, and we got like a 1,500 foot layer at Santa Monica, and I think the next layer was at 14,000 or something. So we should be okay. Van Nuys is the busiest GA airport in the world. I don't want to ever say definitively that kind of stuff, because there are a few that it just depends on how you look at it. Get wrecked. Happy Thursday. I would say that it probably is, and there are definitely statistics to say that it is. But exactly what Brad say, there is a way to define GA. Is it non-commercial? Is it light? Cessnas and Pipers flying around. Do jets count? 501 Aviator, how's it going? Must never been to Oshkosh during the air show. Well, yeah, Oshkosh is the busiest airport in the world, commercial, GA, anything. But continuous is kind of what we're referring to. I mean, Oshkosh is almost in a completely separate category of busy for sure. But okay, so we got ForeFlight up here, and we are going to put in the first route here, which I'm just going to do the one route because SkyVector and ForeFlight don't do a good job at multiple airports. If you're going to multiple airports in one flight, you kind of lose a couple of features. But yeah, Oshkosh is definitely an asterisk. That is the Barry Bonds of airports. So we're going to fly the Special Flight Rules transition northbound, which we've done this a handful of times, but if you haven't seen this, this is the from the TAC chart, and it's got a couple of different routes here that you can use to transition the Bravo, and a lot of them really, I like Coliseum route, Hollywood Park. I don't know. I mean, I've never even come close to thinking about any of these routes, mainly because of altitudes. A 9,500 foot altitude, I don't know why you wouldn't just go up to 10,000 and not bother with the transition. But anyway, these are very, not very high level, because, I mean, 9,500 I don't think would be considered very high level, but they're higher altitudes, and they're completely irrelevant for our use. The mini route in the real world is not used. It's essentially closed. I know it's technically not, but it's, for all intents and purposes, it's not closed. Okay, so Brad's saying that those transitions are designed to and from the San Diego area, which obviously makes much more sense than trying to pick up a 9,500 foot transition out of John Wayne or anything really. I mean, even Palomar, you'd probably want to just go coastal route. But anyway, the one that we're going to use, I usually use the coastal route or the Special Flight Rules route. But this is, for this direction, given where we're going to be ending up, this is the better one because it starts a little bit further south. And ForeFlight just realized that it's nighttime, the sunset. So that's cool. Coastal route is going northbound, is at 6,500 feet, and that's just too high to get up to coming from John Wayne in a 172. Some planes can get up there, the Bonanza, it's fine. let's see. The mini route was open for 2 whole hours a couple weeks ago. It's yeah, it's totally not dead, but it's I don't even know how you'd begin to catch that. But anyway, transition. We're going to use the special flight rules, which is so the way that I came into the special flight rules was after the other transitions in PilotEdge. So I did the coastal route and the mini route on PilotEdge for the ratings and for just regular flying because I wasn't sure. I hadn't really been walked through the special flight rules. I finally just sat down and read it and was like, oh my God, this could be much easier. So the first time I did it, I remember being very uncomfortable doing it, especially because I started doing the ATC transition. So I was always talking to somebody, and it was always, you got to get cleared into the Bravo. This, you don't get cleared into the Bravo, so it's very strange from that perspective. But there's a few more little quirks to it where you're making specific calls at various locations, which you don't have to do in the controlled transition. So it's both easier in that you're not controlled, but you do have to make a few more calls, but more difficult because you do have to make more calls in the published transitions, like the coastal route. You make 2 calls probably the whole time. Cessna, how is the Rep Pack 172 compared to IRL? It's pretty good, Cessna. It's pretty good. And there, as I get the thing started, there's a couple of things that it doesn't do that are key to note. But okay, so the special flight rules transition, you use the Santa Monica VOR, so we can just use the VOR right there. And if we zoom in here and touch the screen, it clicks over to the TAC chart. And then we can grab our line here, and you can see those maroon arrows. That's the transition. And if you just line that line up and hit the GPS coordinate, that is the line you got to fly to be on the specific radial. Now, there's something that Brad and I were talking about a couple weeks ago that is pretty funny here. So all of this information, right? You've got the altitudes, you got frequencies, you got your squawk code. It looks complex. It's really not that bad if you just kind of go through it. You got your altitudes here, 3,500 going south, 4,500 going north. You've got the 132 radial from the Santa Monica VOR, make your calls, all that stuff, blah, blah, blah. This is a pretty funny part to this transition. Lateral limits. So if we look at north, well, the north lateral limits are Imperial Highway and Manchester Boulevard. So that's fine. But the east and west are San Diego Freeway, which is the 405, and the Pacific Ocean shoreline. It's right on the top there. So what that means is you could basically be between this freeway here and the shoreline over here. So this is the actual lateral limitations of this transition. Published. You can fly anywhere in here at that altitude and you will be fine, which is really kind of funny. Anyway, we try to fly it, as true to, and as exact as possible, but it just shows what kind of being a little bit more, just reading can help sometimes. So that's basically the transition. That's it. And then it's straight into Van Nuys, which we won't obviously get, straight into 3-4, but we'll be, downwind. Hopefully for 1-6 right, but we can request that if we want to. And we're going to be on kind of the west side, which will set up nicer for 1-6 right. And there's no problem with, just, asking if we can, if there's space, we'd love to go on 1-6 right. So, okay. That's enough of the flight planning portion. That's not the right thing. Okay. All right. So the rep pack 172. Okay. This is the procedure that we go through. I'm going to put the parking brake on, even though I actually don't use the parking brake. We just use the toe brakes when we start the plane up. But this is essentially how we start the plane here. Some buttons were left on. Before I start that, let me just check everything, because there is likely going to be something that needs to be fixed. Nope, look good. Okay. All right, so we're going to put the master switches on, and then we're going to get the beacon on to let everybody know around us that we're about to make some noise, and that metal thing up front is going to start spinning. Okay, so now the plane is on. We're going to put the mixture to full rich. We're going to crack the throttle about 1/4 of an inch, and then we're going to hit the fuel pump for about 3 seconds. Now, this really doesn't make much of a difference for the usability, but it is a difference between the rep pack and the real plane, at least the plane that we fly. So fuel pump is going to go on for about 3 seconds. 1, 2, 3. So the real plane doesn't actually go up immediately like that. It kind of stays there until pressure builds, and then it kind of pops up a little bit. So this is kind of more immediate. Doesn't really make a difference. It does move, which is cool though. Okay, parking brake is set. We're going to go mixture full out, and then we're going to just make sure that we have enough throttle in there. And then we're going to take the mags to both, and then to start. And as soon as it catches, then we're going to mixture full rich, and then bring it back a little bit, and then bring the throttle back to about 800, just somewhere south of 1,000 RPM. I think 850 is kind of the sweet spot, and we're going to let that warm up. And then the oil pressure is over here, and all we need to really look out for is that this is in the green by the time we do our run up and go full power on the run up, or not full power, but yeah. So we're gonna look at that. We're just gonna let that warm itself up. But in the meantime, we are going to put on the avionics here. Both of them, please. Come on, there you go. You set the mixture to rich before putting the pump on. I put the mixture to rich after turning the pump on, and then pull it back and turn the pump on after that. Might just be a iFly 172R. Doesn't matter either way. Yeah, I mean, it doesn't seem like it would make much of a difference. I mean, Brad, you've flown enough variations of these. Kind of depends on the plane too. I mean, if there's like a quirk to the plane where it likes it more and you've kind of figured it out. But yeah, if you turn the pump on and then go mixture, full rich. I mean, just from a automotive standpoint, I would rather have the mixture set to full rich before turning the pump on, just so the pump is not spinning dry. I don't know why it's probably fine, but I would think that might be a little bit safer. But yeah, it's kind of however you were taught. If it works, then good. And that mixture setting is really annoying. Once we get there. Mr. Brad M., thank you very much for the host, Brad. Welcome, everybody. That little Mustang you were flying looked very, very pretty. Okay, so we're good. We're good on the lights for right now. We're just sitting here. Like to move up in like eyesight of the tower there. Brad, absolutely. Kelvo, happy Thursday. Okay, so now we're going to go to COM 2 and get the ATIS.
Orange County, John Wayne information.
And then we're also going to connect to
1700 Zulu weather. Wind 180 and 10.
Hey, bird. Whoa, buddy.
Flight following is requested.
by Alpha
Read
Juliet,
back all
cross
runway
7
assignments and hold short instructions.
Ryan, thank
Advise
you
on
very
initial
much
contact
for
you have
3
information,
months.
Charlie.
We are in the first trimester. I appreciate it,
John Wayne
Ryan.
Airport,
Thank you,
ATIS
dude.
information, Charlie.
465
0153
fire
Zulu.
squawking
Wind 180 at 11.
Okay, kill that.
Visibility 8. Few clouds at
Brad, that actually
1,200.
sounds kind of like
Few
the
clouds at 1,4,000.
cross-bleeding that we
5,000
get.
scattered. Temperature 22. Dew point 16.
So annoying.
Altimeter 29 or 78.
29 or
Arriving and
78.
departing runways 20 left, 20 right. Visual approaches in use. VFR departures, contact clearance delivery, advise on course heading, altitude, and if flight following is requested. Read back runway assignments and hold short instructions. Advise on initial contact you have information, Charlie. John Wayne Airport, ATIS information.
Of course, now it's
You're up across San Marcos 6,000. Clear.
okay, so we got
course
the
Alpha.
ATIS there.
Approach
I
expect
don't
credit on
like
30.
broadcasting on COM 2 on PilotEdge. It has not worked when I've tried to do it. So we're just going to go to COM 1. Oh, these are backwards. 2185 is our clearance delivery. And it's kind of quiet right now. Okay. We're going to fly. Now it's going to be PilotEdge, so it's not going to be the correct. I'm going to guess it's going to be 230. That's what they usually give. And then 2400 and 28.1. And then we're going to squawk something. So the 4 departures out of John Wayne are the Newport, El Toro, Orange, and Mesa departures, and they each have a distinct heading. The real Mesa departure is 220. Typically, I know there's some variation, but it's usually 220. PilotEdge usually does 230 or 240.
Bullhead altimeter is 29er
just a slight difference.
Contact Los Angeles Center 124.85.
Check-in to happen. Kill this while we're waiting. Flight plan. This is going to be pretty simple flight plan here. We're just going to go. Since we know we're flying to the Santa Monica VOR, we can put that in there. I don't have to look at what that one is. There's SMO. The VOR, yep. Accept. And then Van Nuys is the next.
Number 195 Papa Sierra, runway 15, clear to land.
And once we're at the appropriate spot to dump the flight following, we can just go direct to the Santa Monica VOR, and that will help us. There's actually one more VFR departure, 175 heading up to 5,000. Not sure what kind of strings you need to lead it then at 172. Yeah, that's the jet departure, isn't it, Brad? That's almost like a IFR release, I think.
Calling out Van Nuys 6.
It was Executive 523 at Limburg, IFR 2, Van Nuys.
Exit at 523, Limburg clearance.
Any turbine. Might have to slip Alvin or Nick a 10 and get on the 175 heading in a 172. And just promise that we will firewall it all the way up.
Exit at 523, cleared to the Van Nuys Airport. Seaward 2 departure. Los Angeles transition.
Is it Marcus?
Climb 5 Sid, accept maintain 10,000. Departure frequency 119.
I didn't sound like you.
Squawk 6652.
Executive 523 is clear to Van Nuys Airport, Seaward 2 departure, Los Angeles. Then as filed, climb to City, maintain 10,000, departure 19.6. And the squawk code is a bit broken, was it 6650 or 6652 for Executive 523?
Executive 523, are you back right?
There was a question there. Was it squawk 6650 or 6652?
I know, it didn't sound like Marcus.
I'm sorry, it still sounds a little bit.
To me,
I thought I heard 0. It could be a 6652.
6652, Executive 523, thanks.
Awesome. 523 back correct. 4657 coming in kind of garbled, say again.
Coming in gargled. We don't want that. Let's just try it. Let's hope we're not stepping on anybody.
4657, contact Los Angeles Center, 128, correction, 124.85, 24.85.
Showing clearance Skyhawk 53176, information Charlie with VFR departure request. See you in Van Nuys, Marcus. So he's going to get a check-in, and then he is going to say, who is that for departure? Matt Pitch, happy Thursday evening to you.
Towers, SM216 Quebec, I-1 rating status. 216 Quebec, capacity island. Roger, CFR2. For 712 Romeo Alpha, I'm outside Bravo airspace, report over Mount Soledad. Okay, Romeo Alpha, Mount Soledad.
Let's get our ground ready to go.
For 712 Romeo Alpha, report Mount Soledad.
What do you think, Bobble Bill? Ready to do this? I think so. I might have to check in here again one more time. Showing clearance, good evening, Skyhawk 53176. Information, Charlie. We'd like flight following to Van Nuys at 4,500 via the special flight rules transition.
South 3176, John, clearance, standby.
Okay, so that didn't work. Matt Pitch, this is PilotEdge ATC. PilotEdge.
4657, LA Center, bullhead altimeter 2956.
Little NetJets route. That's pretty funny. Good old Marcus. Well, our oil temperatures are sufficiently warm. Here we are. The scenery is great. So there's a little, I don't want to really call it an FBO, but I guess it kind of is. Little building right here with seats and bathrooms and all that kind of stuff. Parking is just right here. And this is the gate that you enter from. So it's a much better setup than the other side of the airport, which has the taxiing is a total pain in the butt.
Burbank clearance, November 13 Whiskey, IFR to San Bernardino with Tango.
For 195 Papa Sierra, runway 15 for touch and go.
We got some traffic here.
Who's calling for IFR?
Burbank clearance, November 13 Whiskey, IFR to San Bernardino with Tango.
Or 13 Whiskey, Burbank clearance, on request, standby. Number 784, Sierra Papa VFR traffic, 5 o'clock, 1.5 miles. Same direction, 6,600 indicated, type unknown, altitude and verify.
Alright.
Or 4657, I'm telling you, 15,500, resume report for VFR altitude.
I'm on the trip from hell with Uchi, and we both got to the airport at the same time. He went through the gate right ahead of me, and it broke before I could clear it. Oh, dude. Oh, that sucks. Get off on the right foot there, I guess. Freaking, that sucks. Yeah, so the
3176, John, clearance, go ahead, know with your request.
yeah, John clearance, Skyhawk 53176, flight following to Van Nuys 4500 via the Special Flight Rules transition. We've got information, Charlie.
3176, the departure flight heading 230, maintain VFR at or below 2,400, departure frequency 128.1, squawk 5616.
616. On departure, heading 230 out of below 2400, departure frequency 128.1, squawk 5616, 53176.
53176, you're right, correct.
Delivery Southwest 1536, we were ready to pick up IFR to Las Vegas with the I-5 as well.
Southwest 1536, right, crouch on request. Number 13 Whiskey here to San Bernardino Airport. Elmo
Okay, while
9
we're
departure.
waiting, we can
Elmo, Victor 186, that has filed.
check.
Maintain
Looks good there. No,
4,000.
check Bobble Bill.
Expect, correction actually, climb 56 at maintain 4,000. Expect 5,000. Departure frequency 134.2. Squawk 4351.
November 13 Whiskey, Elmu 9 departure, and then as filed, 4,000, expect 5,000.
Well, Brad, I mean, I know what
Departure
your
frequency
marginal days
134.2, squawk
look like. I can't
4351.
imagine what the bad ones are.
413 Whiskey, back correct.
Ken, long time, man. Welcome. Happy Thursday. Johnny Ground, Skyhawk 53176, ACI West with Charlie, taxi to Tower Run-Up.
53176, showing ground tier transponder on.
Wilco 176.
Southwest 1536 at Las Vegas Airport, slap 1 departure. Miles in transition, that has filed. Maintain 4,000. Expect flight level 2705.
It was a real winner, let
departure.
me tell you.
Departure frequency 134.2, squawk 4477.
Now, I don't know what it is about the
Southwest 1536, clear Las Vegas Airport via the
about the
51 departure,
transponder
right,
for
transition to the
ground
file.
operations
maintain
here.
4,000, expect flight level 2705 minutes after
But
departure.
there have been multiple
134.2,
times when we've
squawk
taxied with it
4477.
not on.
Southwest 1536, you're back
And it's
correct.
not, they don't ever, they've never
53176,
mentioned it, so
showing
I don't know
20
what
taxi back Bravo
the,
Kilo.
you know, when they would. Tomorrow will be worse. Ugh. Well, we're gonna hope not, Brad. Johnny Ground, Skyhawk 53176, ACI West, taxi to Tower Run-Up. Oh, the ground surveillance.
53176. John Wayne ground. Taxi run up area by Bravo.
All right, Tower Run-Up via Bravo 176. Took off with it on VFR tonight. When it's kind of, when you're amongst the, I mean, it should be a flow thing, and especially during takeoff. And I've actually, the one time that I can recall, caught it before we took off. I was like, oh, we need to turn on the transponder, just because I've got that flow, you know, to make sure to check the transponder before takeoff. But it's not really part of the pre-taxi flow, even though it should be done right after. And I know, like, for example, Brad, the way that Brad does the VFR
712 Romeo Alpha. Contact.
clearances
Actually,
is
yeah,
he
they're
puts it
typically-
in as it's being read to him. So he's putting it in immediately,
Or 712 Romeo Alpha Roger.
which is not a
Yeah,
bad way to do it.
altimeter
It's
29er,
clunky in the
79er,
sim to
contact
do that
Leopard Tower,
because
18.3.
you know, you got to zoom in, and it's not as easy as it is in the plane to be, you know, able to look outside and, you know, hit the buttons and all that stuff. But
I'm going to remember that call sign. 712 Romeo Alpha, Lindbergh Tower.
then I turned it on and had it from the
1700.
code. Oh, it took
For
off
712
out of
Romeo
Oakland
Lindbergh
yesterday
Tower,
with the
cleared
transponder and
into
standby.
San
Then I
Diego
turned it
Bravo
on
airspace.
and it had the code. from
Enter
the
80
previous
right down,
day.
runway 27, report midfield.
Oh man.
Cleared into the Bravo. Report a right midfield for runway 27, 712 Romeo Alpha.
All right, so now let's crank her up to 1800. Check the mags. Oh, that's a good drop on the left. And not as good of a drop on the right, but still good. Check idle. We already did our control check. We did left, right, up, down, flaps. We did all that. How's this looking? Oh yeah, looking good. Okay, that's in there. Let's just really quick before we take off, we can go to documents and put in 110.8. That is the VOR that we're going to be flying to. Nav 1 here, and we're going to go to 132 reciprocal, so we're going to put that on the from there. And that is our 2 radial, so that will kick in. We'll be good to go. Okay. Awesome. Johnny Ground, Skyhawk 53176, continue.
53176, join to right, taxi 5 Bravo Kilo.
Bravo Kilo 20 right, 53176. Alright, so 230, at or below 2,400 feet, departure frequency 128.1. We've got our squawk code in there. Well, Cessna, it's been busy. I mean, I would not hold my breath for any expansion, but it has been busier consistently than I've ever seen it. So you never know. I mean, that is a good sign, for at least as far as expansion goes. But it's a tough one. I can't appreciate it because I'm lucky enough to have my home airport kind of be like the base of operations for a lot of PilotEdge, which is just phenomenal and complete blind luck. But I can see, you know, if I was on the East Coast, or if PilotEdge was on the East Coast, that it would be, it would take away some of the intrigue for me to fly it, because it's so cool to be able to replicate.
Let the tower know what you want to do. You're supposed to be still with the tower frequency if you want to change it over to do any other kind
But
of
like
routing,
Ryan said,
like
the challenge of foreign airspace, and a complicated airspace at that, is pretty fun. And it's not like Southern California is a boring area either. I mean, there's some value in learning the geography and just kind of knowing a little bit about this area, because a lot of stuff happens out here. Having an idea of the layout, the geography is, kind of cool, I guess. Fabiona or Fabio Namba.
1536, main ground.
Okay, 26.8. So let's go.
Runway 15, taxi by Alpha, cross runway
26.8, and then we'll get in.
Right, clear for pushback in runway 15, yeah, Alpha, cross runway 8, Southwest 1536.
San Diego Tower, Cessna 712 Romeo Alpha reporting midfield right downwind for runway 27.
The red pack is far less buggy, that's for sure.
712 Romeo Alpha.
Bom dia.
Clear to land 712 Romeo Alpha.
Or 784, Sierra Papa, Contact Santa Maria Tower, 18.3.
Jowling Tower, Skyhawk 53176, holding short 20 right at Kilo.
Mm-hmm. 53176, Jowling Tower, runway 20 right at Kilo, clear for takeoff, wind 18011.
20 left at Kilo, clear for takeoff, 53176.
Santa Maria Tower, Cessna 784,
Lights,
information Yankee inbound on the
camera, so check the transponder here, and action, got the mixture full rich, roll
approaching
out.
Runway 20 right.
Thank you for flight lady.
Entered runway 20 right, 5,300 feet remaining.
Cleared,
wind variable at 6.
cleared left, cleared right.
30, should land straight in 784.
4657 Ellen.
Santa Monica Tower, Light 195 Papa Sierra is east of runway inbound for runway 21 with information Golf.
4657, our service terminal, squawk maintain VFR, change advisory, we'll see you.
Brakes off.
195 Papa Sierra, Santa Monica Tower, make sure there's no way Q1.
Real John Wayne would give you an early turnout
305.
approval,
Runway 21 clear to land, Light 45 Papa Sierra.
but for this one, we'll just fly runway heading until the departure end, and then, which is right about that. And then turn on to 230.
Burbank ground, November 13 Whiskey at Millionaire, ready for taxi.
Zachariah Pilot, happy Thursday.
Number 13 Whiskey, Burbank ground, runway 15, taxi to Bravo.
Scenery
Yeah, Bravo.
loaded up in here.
Ground exec 523, information Foxtrot, taxi from Signature.
Get the 523 number ground turn transponder on.
Yeah, looks like I lost my beacon code as well. I'll turn that on and get jet for you right here in a second.
Digit 523, squawk code 6652.
Thank you. With Foxtrot Signature rate taxi when you're able.
Digit 523, you might 275 Charlie.
278 Charlie, 523.
Charlie ground, compass 58.
Okay, so let's get the landing and taxi lights coming off. Is it PMTG? No, this is X-Plane 11. This is the Syncoders Rep Pack 172.
Channel 5837, John Wayne ground, runway 20 right, taxi fly Alpha Lima, cross runway 20 left.
20 right, Alpha Lima, cross runway 20 left, compass 5837, thanks.
53176, under contact, departure.
Departure 176, yeah. SoCal departure, Skyhawk 53176, 1,800 restricted 2,400. Probably be on nav by here as well. A couple little puffy things floating out here. Does the rep have a walk around feature? It does. Yeah. I've skipped that. I actually, when I started with the new plane, I did do that, but I have not done that in a while. But it is very helpful if you're learning a 172 to be able to do the walk around. Yeah, it's super good. Yeah.
3176, we've got departure, cancel on to restrictions in navigation.
Okay, on nav 53176, thanks. Up to, is that up or down? That's probably down. Steer clear of this cloud here. So yeah, I mean they basically just photocopied the real POH and just copied that. So I mean it's a real 172S walk around. I mean it's such an easy plane to pre-flight. Good lord. I mean all these small planes are pretty easy. Let's see. Wow. My mind is blown how your magnetic heading of 230 looks on a map. Looks like close to 260 because of variation. Oh. Yeah, no kidding. Mind blown. So the visibility isn't great, which is fine. I mean, better if it's clear for sightseeing purposes, but
712 Romeo Alpha, stand by, Charlie, this frequency, have a nice day.
it's fine. I mean, we're VFR for sure. Kind of debating whether this
Citrus 523 to 6 spotter, I'm still showing you it's walking on code
make it
6652.
clear. Does 53176 have a GNS 430? It does not. It has a KLN 94 with an MFD, so it actually looks kind of like this, but the 530 screen is really just an MFD with the active GPS below, and it's probably half of this. So it looks really, really similar to this, but it's just not a double stack Garmin thing. Marcus is having a little... What is he flying? I feel like I do kind of want to make it clear out. Let's make it clear. This is kind of...
For 195 Papa Sierra, taxi to ramp via Bravo. this
kind of a
frequency, have
bummer.
nice day.
Let's do visibility. Let's just do that. That's better.
Southwest 1536, Shortback Tower, runway 15, clear for takeoff, wind 1707.
Well, I've flown, I mean, I've used the 430. The Piper has a 430. The Bonanza Brad flies has a 430.
Wind tower, runway 20 right, clear for takeoff, wind 1709.
Run up to 4,500. Let's do a quick little check around here. I saw that, Brad. I see what you're doing over there. Fuel, everything's green, everything's good. Lights look good. Does the 430 X-plane simulate close to IRL functions? Yes, it does. It does. I mean, I jumped into the Piper with the 430, and I just knew how everything worked. So there's a couple things that it doesn't do that the real one does. There's some like airport information stuff that it doesn't do like a great job of doing.
Clear to Palomar Airport after departure, flighting 175. Radar vectors.
But it's pretty. I mean, it's as
maintain
close as you'd ever.
5,000. Departure frequency 128.1.
From what I can understand, and I don't have nearly as much time as like Brad does with a 430, but from the limited time that I did have in it, which was about 20-ish hours plus the time in the Bonanza with Brad, which he's been hands-on the 430, but I've at least been able to see the functionality. Yeah, it's pretty... I can't think of anything that jumps out that it doesn't do.
Our 6er bike back. Southwest 1536, kind of departure.
This will be the long solo. So the first solo cross country that I did was Camarillo and back, John Wayne Camarillo and back. This one will be the long.
523. I'm showing our code now, though it's one digit off. It's 6652.
This will be a multi-stop. 430, 530 rep or Air Force Lab, they're all I don't think there is even like a custom 430, is there? I think it's just the default one. Cessna, dude, it's totally exciting. I cannot wait to do this flight.
837 kind of departure.
Departure, 740, top on the published Mr. Post 2100.
So 1536,
so I've actually gotten dumped off of flight following around here. We would be on, I think, 27. Brad? 27.2 around here, I think?
74 Java, standard Bravo departure.
I feel like there's a 27.2 in this area. But anyway, they pass you off to one more frequency generally before you get passed off. And I don't think you even are on 28.1.
0306.
Hold this published 740.
Over 3,000, you'd be on 27.2. Okay, so it was 27.2. Yeah, and whatever the departure frequency was, you know, it'd be like 12355 or something. So you go from them to 27.2 and then 27.2.
Departure radar contact time by 67, maintain 14000.
So we can dump them right here.
Copy the set up to 14,000, 1537.
Sometimes they'll give you 34 minutes.
Calling inbound for Cat 26 on sign.
That's the one. That's the deeper one, right? Not the altitude one.
Straight in runway 29er, report a 3 mile final. Advise jet weather. So 1536, right direct to Ravy, is the departure climb by ship.
Long Beach.
Right direct ready.
Port of Long Beach is gigantic.
Good jet 523, kind of departure. 53176, kind of active now approach 134.9.
Actually, Sokai, we'd like to terminate the flight following and make our way through the special flight rules at this time. 53176. Okay, that offer.
53176, air service terminated. Squawk B bar change advisory.
Alright, Jane 2 advisory, 53176. See you on the other side. Alright, so we are now 3, so we go 1201. That's good there. And then we're going to go on 2855, which if we go here, is our frequency is 2855. And then VFR checkpoints are recommended for the exchange of information between pilots using this area. That is Imperial Highway. Now it says Manchester Boulevard here, but it's referring to the LAX North complex, and then Bologna Creek, and then Santa Monica. All three of those are very easy to spot. So picking out those calls are pretty simple. We're coming up to a beam Torrance here, and that will be where I'll announce my entrance into the special flight rules.
That was beautiful. Nice radio call, Bill.
Yeah, I was gonna play that earlier and I forgot. White Lake, thank you. Happy Thursday.
That was beautiful. Nice radio call, Bill.
That is a good one. That was a landing. I think it was just touch and go plans.
But we know that there are some screws loose in this cabin.
Hello.
Hi.
Special flight rules traffic. Skyhawk 4500 northbound. A beam Torrance. Special flight rules. It was not that one. It should have been that one, because that is also a great radio call. I'm kind of taking this on
Somebody thought it was a good idea to let me fly this thing.
I'm kind of taking this on a not a great angle to really get on. To really get on that radial. You know, coming out more towards the shore and waiting for the Tom 2. Yeah, so coming more towards the shore, and you can see that actually that was looking pretty good. I take that back completely now. So let's go over to our heading, which is 31-ish, 31 and a bit. I broke down and picked up the rep package for the Skyhawk. Nice. Psych. The rep pack is awesome, and when I was going through the Airfoil Labs rep thing, everything that I saw basically stated that the rep pack was just a lot less buggy, and I wasn't really interested in dealing with anything that was overly buggy. So I've been pretty happy with it. Power settings. The power settings on the Rep, and I don't know how it is on the Airfoil Labs, but it's almost not even worth bothering. If you're flying in the simulator and you want it to be good flight dynamics, stall characteristics, landing, ground handling, systems, all that stuff, that's all great. But I find that the power setting is just kind of a pain in the butt. And in the sim, you're not paying for the gas, so just like, I don't know. It's finicky. That's the one part about the Rep that is finicky, is the mixture. Like, it's really sensitive where it wants the mixture, and it doesn't really necessarily fit with what the real plane would want. So if you're kind of going off of what settings you'd use in the real plane, with whether it be EGT or just position of the little plunger guy, it's kind of annoying. But if you don't take that part of it too seriously, then it's not a big deal. Yeah, no one that I've heard is working on a 172, which is fine. I mean, this people don't want to fly it, which is kind of sad because it's super fun. But I can see, I mean, there's just so many cool planes that if you have the opportunity to fly a TBM, why would you not want to fly a TBM over a 172? But, I don't know. Special flight rules, traffic, Skyhawk 4,500 northbound, approaching 405 Hawthorne Interchange, special flight rules. Give me a 340A, 414A, or a 421C with decent engine systems. That would be cool. Frame rate hogs are not fun either. Okay, so like I said, with the mixture, the power settings is kind of frustrating sometimes. But again, not a deal breaker. It's not a big deal. It's just not perfect. And the fact that you don't get different visuals. Those are the two real things with the Rep Pack that I could say are a little bit frustrating. Dynamically, the one thing that I've found so far is it does not get enough drag from full flaps. Special flight rules, traffic, Skyhawk is 4,500 northbound over Imperial Highway, special flight rules. Special Cessna drivers. I agree with Bill. Getting back into these slow birds lets your... Oh, flying for fun, being a pilot sucks. You're taking me back to many years on this trip. Awesome, man. Well, it is a fun trip, and I like going slow and landing more. It's way better. Special flight rules, traffic, Skyhawk 4,500 northbound over the north complex of LAX, special flight rules. The RAV 2000, I've been here before. I think you said you were just getting started on your PPL. Fantastic, Rav. Well, welcome back. I am very close to hopefully getting it very soon. But yeah, this is one of the legs of my long solo cross country, and it's a good flight just to jump in on PilotEdge. Passed your written yesterday. Congrats, man. That's fantastic. And thank you very much for the follow, Rav. Congrats and thank you. Special flight rules, traffic, Skyhawk 4,500 northbound approaching Bologna Creek, special flight rules. Alright, so now let's go. ATIS is... You can see ForeFlight gives you the nice little warning that your destination ATIS is something that you should probably think about. Let's check it.
10. Sky condition, clear. Temperature 22, 2.17. Altimeter 29 or 78. Arriving and departing runways 16 left, 16 right. Visual approaches in use. Read back all runway assignments and hold short instructions. Advise on initial contact. You have information Alpha.
Is that Alpha?
Van Nuys Airport. ATC information Alpha.
Yeah, Cessna, no kidding. I know. It's super crazy that my CFI, Brad, is just chilling in the chat. It's crazy. I had ForeFlight for all of 5 days, and I'm in love. Dude, it's unbelievable. It's so great. Special flight rules traffic. Skyhawk 4,500 northbound approaching Santa Monica. Will be departing to the north. Last call, special flight rules. So it was quiet. Special flight rules was quiet. You know, if there was traffic to coordinate with, let them know what your plans are. I mean, we haven't heard anybody, so we don't really have to worry about letting anyone else know. 19.3 is the frequency for Van Nuys, and we're far enough out where you don't necessarily need to get on with them right away. You can see
134.2.
we are
Squawk 40
right over Santa Monica, and we're about 12 miles out. So it's still outside, but this is very busy, and I'm going to want to contact them as soon as possible, since we are not going to have flight following. We're not in their airspace yet, but we do need to get in contact with them for sure.
Or 81041, read back to correct.
Van Nuys Tower, good evening. Skyhawk 53176, information Alpha, just over Santa Monica, leaving the special flight rules transition for a full stop taxi back. I don't really like that.
For 13 Whiskey, Castle Call approach 135.4. Who wants the full stop taxi back?
Yeah, Van Nuys Tower, Skyhawk 53176. We're just over Santa Monica, descending through 4,500. We've got Alpha, like a full stop taxi back. Just pretend that cloud is not there. There's a little annoying layer right above Santa Monica. It's clear everywhere else.
Compass 5837, kind of Los Angeles.
So the sim just uses reporting stations from each airport, so it's pretty isolated where the clouds sit.
Compass 5837, kind of Los Angeles, center 133.2.
Been so long, I don't remember what my
center rubber approach, squawk 5122.
But I assure you there was no GPS waypoints.
For 784, shoot up with VFR traffic. 9 o'clock, less than 1 mile, 3,600 K, type of altitude and verified. Southwest 1356, contact Los Angeles Center 135.5.
John Wayne Tower, Cessna 2160, Quebec, holding short 20 left, ready for takeoff.
For 2160 Quebec, John Wayne Tower, runway 20 left of kilo, clear for takeoff, wind 1709.
20 left, cleared for takeoff, 2160 Quebec.
Exit at 623, circle approach.
No, I don't think it's not bad.
I'm sorry, exit at 523, circle approach. The John Wayne altimeter 2978 is set to maintain 6,000. Alright.
I'll definitely use them before.
Compass 5837, Los Angeles Center, climb maintain flight level 300.
Okay, I'm starting to think we did not get a good copy on that.
Number 13 Whiskey Hotel approach, Ontario altimeter 2978, advise you have information India at San Bernardino, except the visual approach from 24. Southwest 1536, cross the Misen at a maintain flight level 240.
Van Nuys Tower, Skyhawk 53176. Just wanted to confirm the copy on the inbound full stop taxi back.
Try 3176 Van Nuys Tower, enter right downwind, runway 16 right, report midfield.
Okay, right downwind for 16 right, reporting midfield 53176.
Southwest 1356, Los Angeles Center, bank altimeter 2978.
I want to make sure that that was confirmed before we entered their airspace. Two-way radio communication was established, but I would not be happy with that level. If there was a waypoint with more than 3 letters, it was probably somebody's name instead of a waypoint. All VOR to VOR and dead ripping. Nice. Yeah, well, I mean, you could do VOR to VOR around here too, but it's just a little bit trickier with the airspace. I mean, we used VOR. I mean, I didn't use the GPS for this flight. I just used the VOR and looking outside. So it's good to have it, and for flight, obviously. But yeah, I mean, I used the nav radio.
6575, Juliet, radar contact. 10 miles northeast, Santa Maria Airport. Santa Barbara altimeter 2976, the altitude.
Yeah, and as a result, those of you that flew without the GPS are probably better pilots, you know, and appreciate the GPS even more.
Indicated type unknown, altitude unverified. Southwest 1356, maintain visual separation with that traffic. You should be overtaking.
Van Nuys ground, Grumman 81041, northeast ramp, ready to taxi with Alpha.
Hello, Grumman.
For 216 Quebec, with departure, radar contact. For 81041, Van Nuys ground, runway 16 left, taxi via Bravo Charlie.
16 left, Bravo Charlie 041.
Southwest 1356, contact SoCal approach 134.2.
And Brad, you like the going to Van Nuys Tower immediately off of the special flight rules, right? Instead of screwing around with getting flight following inbound for that. So I think Van Nuys has radar, right?
Southwest 1536, contact Los Angeles Center 134.65.
Seems like it would take a lot more time. Van Nuys Tower, Skyhawk 53176, midfield, right downwind, 16 right.
For 216 Quebec, turn left heading 100, intercept Victor 23, use my navigation. Southwest 1536, LA Center, cross Clar at a maintain 13,000.
Okay, so we're going to continue.
Knots, biggest altimeter 2967. Southwest 1536, Clar 13,250 knots. For 53176, runway 16 right, clear for the option. On the go, make right close traffic for midfield each time.
Okay, clear for the option. We're going to make this a full stop and then taxi back for immediate departure, 53176.
176, roger. And after landing, exit to the right, please.
Okay, we'll exit to the right, clear to land 16 right, 53176.
Exit at 523, contact SoCal approach 134.9R.
Refolding the charts.
Van Nuys Tower, Grumman 81041, holding short, runway.
Thank you, Joe. Yeah, scenery does look nice, doesn't it? What doesn't look nice is how friggin' high we are.
Short final runway 16 right.
We'll see about that.
Altimeter 2979er.
PA-28 Warrior, what's happening?
Grumman 81041, Van Nuys Tower, runway 16
This is kind of what I'm talking about. It just does not
be advised,
want
traffic
to
on a half-mile bomb for 16 trap.
slow down
Just Skyhawk, no factor.
with full flaps.
16 left, clear for takeoff.
Slip it is.
Looking out for
500.
041.
Looks a bit high.
176 traffic is Grumman, depart in the parallel, be no factor.
Roger, we'll keep an eye out for him, 53176. Actually,
Southwest 1356 with the RNAV Zulu be any easier for you? South 1356, cleared RNAV, runway 8 approach.
if you really scrutinize some of this stuff, it starts to become a little bit more different than the real plane. If you really scrutinize the landing speeds and performance, you do have to fly it differently. EF Spock, happy Thursday, hello. That was butter. That wasn't a good, I wouldn't say that's a good landing if that was, I should take that back. That would have been a good landing. It wasn't a perfect landing.
Whoa! Found it. Hello.
Found the ground.
Found the ground. Hey, bird. Whoa, buddy.
Eagle 11, thank you so much for the subscription. 2-month streak. Thank you so much, man. Howdy and happy Thursday. Van Nuys Tower, Skyhawk 53176, clear of 16 right at hotel.
Pull up. Pull up.
That's not right.
Loud and clear. For 53176, runway 16 right, taxi via Alpha Charlie.
Okay, Alpha Charlie 216 right, and can we set up some flight following to San Luis Obispo with you on the ground here as well, 53176?
53176 on request. I'll have it for you when you're holding short.
Okay, perfect, thanks, 176.
Wait, 1041, count of departure.
Any landing you can bitch about is a good landing. Well said. Well said. So the problem that I've had with the real plane versus
requested cruise altitude.
the rep pack plane 172 is the speeds and the shape of
53176, where's your requested cruising altitude?
6,500, 53176. So when it just doesn't want to slow down.
Juliet, count at Los Angeles Center 135.
Joe, thank you very much for the subscription. That is awesome. Okay. So yeah, so the speed and the altitude are very difficult or very different from the real plane, from what at least how I imagine it and how I set up for it.
6575 Juliet, LA Center, Santa Maria altimeter.
Eagle Aspil, do you have a yoke? I just got the SciTech after using a stick. That it might make the sim more reliable.
Number 81041, so kind of parts are you up?
Oh, relatable to my IRL flying. I have a HOTUS, just a yoke.
Number 81041.
And the reason is because there's so many differences between this and the real plane that I don't want to make it closer.
Turn left, heading 080, intercept Victor 186, and
cloud the differences even more, or the similarities even more. So coming on the downwind, pull the power, add first notch of flaps, the plane will slow down. The plane barely slows down here. I mean, you almost have to go full idle and just idle it all the way down. So there's just some goofy things with it that if I try to fly it like the real plane in terms of where the power setting is, where the flaps are, and when, I end up being high. Which is fine. I mean, it's a sim, and I'm sure you guys have heard, don't worry about the flying part of it, worry about the procedural part of it. So if I have a good landing, that's cool. If I have a bad landing, I don't, whatever, it's fine. As long as, like I make the right calls, I make good routing judgments, my flight planning is good. As long as all that stuff is there, I consider it a successful flight. If I clunk it in there and everything else is fine, then it's fine. Whatever. Because there are differences, and if you're trying to land perfectly in the simulator, my opinion is that the focus is not where it really should be. Okay, so now that we're holding short here, you can kind of see once we get up in the air, like how instead of doing all this stuff on the ground, you could just do it in the air once we're ready to go. And there's a reason, a particular reason why I want to get flight following ahead of time for this. But I'm going to go to, there's a nice little VOR friend that we're going to
1356 affirmative.
C over.
Right 1041, VFR traffic, 2 o'clock, 3 miles northeastbound, 5,500, indicate type of no.
There's our VOR friend. That's as much as I need to do on the ground right now. And that's really all I'll need to do at all for this flight. But flight following out of here is important.
53176, I have your instructions for you. Advise ready, copy.
Okay, ready to copy, 53176.
53176, departure frequency 134.2, squawk 3015.
Okay, departure frequency 134.2, squawking 3015, 53176.
For 53176, you're back correct. Exit jet 523, contact SoCal approach 134.2.
315. And then we're going to go to...
Southwest 1536, contact Burbank Tower 18.7.
Got...
Burbank Tower, Southwest 1356, 10 miles out, RNAV Zulu 8. Southwest 5th, correction, 1356, Burbank Tower, runway 8, clear to land, wind 0, correction, 1707, altimeter 2978.
Yeah, I noticed with the power and all that compared to IRL, you don't get the same response, yeah. I had not heard that before. Which part, Ryan? You can also store flight plans to save time. Yeah, and you can go into flight and you can just pick from right there and
Exit 523, circle approach, Burbank altimeter 2 and 9.
And that's ultimately what I will do is have each individual leg as a separate flight plan and just load that up so everything's all calculated and done and just able to pull right up. Cold Nebo? Cold Nebo.
23 turn.
Thank you very much for the follow.
Right,
welcome.
345.
Oh, the part about the decisions and procedures, it makes more sense. Yeah, don't worry about how you land. Van Nuys Tower, Skyhawk 53176, holding short 16 right.
53176, runway 16 right, clear for takeoff, right crosswind departure approved.
Alright, clear takeoff, right crosswind departure approved, 53176, and clear takeoff for 16 right. Okay, lights.
Jet 5, you said yes to field.
Action.
Jet 5, 23
approaching runway 16 right.
Runway 16 right.
Entered runway 16 right. 7,900 feet remaining.
Nice. Oh, we got someone coming into Burbank, looks like.
Jet 523, Van Nuys Tower is going to be on 119.3.
The takeoffs, I think, can be a little bit different. If you're working on specialty takeoffs, I think the simulator does a really good job of. I shouldn't say that. Those are simple enough where you could practice the actual procedure of, the power, getting the nose up, taking off, waiting until the flaps, all that kind of stuff can be done in the simulator. I think fine. Just the landings. I don't know how much you're going to really learn or improve on.
Exit 523,
big old tire. I don't know how much you're going to improve your real-world landings by practicing these. There's some stuff that you could work on, I guess, but...
Van Nuys Tower, Jet 523 is crossed about midfield, right down 116 right from the visual approach.
Jet 523, Van Nuys Tower, runway 16 right, clear to land. Wind 110 traffic on the upwind, now turning across the Skyhawk, be westbound, no factor behind you.
I do have traffic in sight and runway 16 right, clear land, Jet 523.
53176, start your turn, contact departure.
Alright, making the turn, contact departure, 53176. You are supposed to turn out towards the basin.
1041, contact SoCal approach.
And that's pretty good right there. And we got the confirmation from the tower, but yeah, you don't want to turn out until you
basically San Bernardino Tower, 119.45.
For nose agreement, but that's about right anyway.
For 216 circle back, contact SoCal approach, 119.6.
Okay, and then I want to, once I make this call, I want to show you why it's so important to get flight following out of here.
SoCal approach, Grumman 81041, level 5000.
Grumman 81041, SoCal approach, Ontario, altimeter 2978.
2978041.
Yeah, and you practice the procedure that works in the real plane. SoCal approach, Skyhawk 53176, 2000, climbing 6,500.
First 784, sheer flight contact San Luis Tower 124.0.
Over to San Luis Tower, Victor.
For 53176, so by departure, a radar contact, resume report free VFR altitudes for bank altimeter 2978.
Alright, 2978, 53176, thanks.
Southwest 1356, right one able, ramp straight
I'm
ahead.
still trying to figure out the details,
ground.
Eagle, but we're like inching closer and closer right now. Alright, I'm gonna get our little autopilot going here. Okay, so we're climbing up through 2,800 right now.
Circle south field for a left down runway 29.
If I didn't have flight following, the Burbank shelf is 3,000 feet right there. And we're not really climbing out like crazy, but we are about to bust that airspace.
5,000, cleared ILS, runway 24 approach.
Information Sierra at Ocean at
Charlie busted right there. So we're now inside Burbank airspace. If we left Van Nuys without flight following and picked it up en route, we would have to stay below 3,000 feet as you're approaching these mountains where you're going to want to get as much altitude as possible. So getting the flight following on the ground at Van Nuys for this flight is smart, going in this direction at least, because of that. If you were going to the north, you know, there's less room before you're out from underneath that shelf, so you can get away with, you know, departing to the north, not picking up flight following, and then cutting over. But since we're extending the amount that we're in or underneath the Charlie, in order to not slow down our climb, pick up flight following on the ground, get it done. You know, and it's a delta too, so all you're going to get is a beacon code and the departure frequency. So that's easy to copy. Okay, and then now we're going to be direct. So we put in the flight plan going from the center of Van Nuys, and now we're a little bit off, and we want to go direct to our VOR, the San Marcos VOR. So we just go direct to right there, pull this, go back to the plane, and then find out that we need a heading of 276. We go here, and then 276, like that. Then we can also come in here and then go flight plan. This deleted. Marcos VOR, and then into
Capital City 837, Oakland Center 27,
make sure we're direct to that. There we go. Now we can either just fly there on heading mode, or we can get there with GPS. Any way we want. Okay, so after takeoff checklist, fuel, cutoff, mixture, we can start pulling that back. Lights, and masters and mags. We're going to just flat out ignore these clouds. We might be significantly above those anyway, but we'll still ignore them.
Exit at 523, taxi stand via Alpha, frequency 096.
So we're going to go over like Santa Paula area. There's a lot of fields and stuff. I mean, this part is going to be a little bit... it's okay. We've got some clear flat space over here. Got some freeways that we can kind of following a freeway anyway going out there. So there'll be some nice places to land. And then once we get a little bit closer to the shore, we'll have PCH and, you know, some other more rural areas that we can keep an eye on.
Delta 1536, turn out Las Vegas Tower,
Still
119.9.
going for it.
Vegas Tower, 119.9, Southwest 1536, have a great evening.
You two, or 6757 Juliet, contact Bakersfield approach, 118.8.
Beautiful. Let's see. Okay, what I see most is long landings in the sim flights here on Twitch. Sorry, I missed that. Flight sim pilot, how's it going? Yeah, the I think that's just like a lack of drag mostly in a lot of these planes. I think. I mean, I can't speak to anybody else, but I know that that's the case for me. In this plane, in particular, there's some planes that do have good drag, but yeah, I don't know. Part of it is too that if you're landing on a really long runway and a really wide runway, you're going to tend to be a little bit long anyway. That might be why on Twitch you tend to see a lot of long landings, because there's a lot of flights into really big airports.
For Sierra Papa.
Part of it is just the luxury of being able to do that, but I also think it's just like an optical thing too. I don't know, Brad, do you have any theory on, and in theory by, you know, I don't mean like a guess, but like an actual reasons behind the tendency to want to land longer on a wider runway? You know, I don't know what about that perspective makes you want to keep going. I don't know. Pilots suck at speed control. What's up, X? How's it going? Wasn't going to say that, but I mean the length, like the length and width is there, so the tendency to want to use that extra buffer, I would imagine, is pretty strong. Chilling and waiting for the daylight to put all of my parts in the new case. Nice, dude. That is exciting. All right, are we okay on 4 flight for right now? We can get rid of that guy. Well, it sounds like you're on the right path, X.
Oh, go away.
Yeah. Ha Goldsy's here. What's up, Goldsy? We might get some Goldsy. Oh, actually, not might. We're gonna get some Goldsy.
Pull up.
Which is
Pull up.
awesome. X, thank you very much for the follow. Pilots seem to be missing VREF at threshold and paying attention to PCH.
Air 2160 Quebec, turn left heading 070, vectors final approach course.
The White Legend, man. You're my buddy, White Legend. Because I'm a White Legend.
Oh my god. Joe, thank you for the White Legend. Goldsy is definitely the White Legend. Well, X, that's very nice of you. I appreciate that.
31041 connect, SoCal approach 128.1.
It just
28.1041
makes me so happy. So Goldsy was the first controller that I had for like the first 3 or 4 months I was on PilotEdge. almost
Quick approach from in 81041.
almost
level
every
5000
single
with
flight.
Delta.
So
SoCal approach, John
I got,
altimeter
you know, we became very good friends from that, and we ended up meeting not too soon after I started. You know, it was like a couple of months after that we actually met in person, which was crazy and super fun. But this guy is a magician on the scope,
140-3000-041.
and it's been far too long. Far too long. So you'll see, and nothing against any other controller. And Marcus is, I would say the same for Marcus as well, but it's just going to be awesome.
Number 5082 Bravo Santa Monica ground clearance on request, standby.
He just, so good. I wouldn't say nonsense. VREF is speed management. TCH is situation.
It's just is what it is. It's just complete, total
Yeah, he's got multiple. He'll have multiple pilots calling in at the same time, and then he'll just
378 Bravo Hotel.
he'll just
Springs clearance on
somehow figure it out. And to be fair, I mean they know, like, they can see all the planes, so it's not like they're coming out of the blue. But he's able to, like, hear what each plane is, and then know ahead of time what they want, and then control.
1041 turn right heading 170.
170.
If you were to use a gamepad, I would use. You would be frustrated. Yeah, gamepad for this.
53176 connect point on Magoo approach 124.7.
24/7 53176. Point Magoo approach. Hello, Skyhawk 53176 6500.
53176 Point Magoo approach, giving camera altimeter 270.
At 2978 176.
810-416 from Hoka, maintain 3000, will establish on a localizer, clear ILS from rate 20 right approach.
3000.
Got some rudder pedals, X, throttle,
15, 36, cross from rate 26
Gotta
right at
go
Alpha 6, taxi to the terminal via Bravo 5, monitor ground point 1, we'll see it.
Yeah, I'm talking to the controllers in real time right now. So yeah, I'm using the mic to speak to them for sure. So yeah, you do need it.
13 Whiskey, Roger, Alpha 2 Alpha to the ramp, you can remain this frequency.
And we got ADS-B working here on PilotEdge, so we've got all of our traffic.
36, it was standby.
Traffic advisories.
And it's now in the system
We're
for
just
you.
going to keep an eye on that line. We're going to keep it in heading mode. And
378 Bravo Hotel departure frequency 126.7, squawk 5346.
1.3 times VS for the given configuration.
Hey, Bravo Hotel, read back correct.
I don't know if I knew that. 45
Number 508,
knots.
2 Bravo Santa Monica ground.
This thing just does not want to stop flying. It's crazy. Yeah. As much as it does.
508, 2 Bravo Santa Monica ground.
As much as it does.
Okay, your clearance available now. Advise ready to copy.
Oh, I was referencing traffic in ADS-B on 4 flight.
That's right, 2 Bravo is clear to the Avalon Airport on departure. Fly runway heading. Until
Those
you
little
reach the
turquoise
Los Angeles
things floating around
310
as
radial.
well.
Once you
Drone
reach that
traffic.
radial, turn right heading 250 without delay. Expect radar vectors to the Santa Monica VOR. Then as filed.
Normal approach speeds in a 172 should be between 60 and 65. Crossing a number that less than 60, it does just fine.
Departure frequency
But now you see why I say
125.2,
VREF
squawk
and the lights
2454.
aircraft just nonsense. It's almost like there's like a grayed out scale. Like if you go by, I don't know how it's done, by like weight or just what VS is. Like the higher it goes, there's just like a grayed out area where it's almost not applicable. and I think probably Brad, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think VREF is kind of referred to casually as just like your approach speed, and obviously incorrect.
ATC Bravo, the squawk code 2454, rest of the repackage, correct?
Because VREF, for example, like VREF for a PA-28 is all. I mean, it's not.
Yeah, 2454.
By that definition, it's not 68 degrees. Like that's the approach speed.
ATC Bravo, thanks for that. Correct. Rate 1041, connect John Wayne Tower with 26.8.
The conversation.
Over tower 041.
75 Juliet, enter left down, runway
Quasar, happy
30
Thursday.
Right, connect Bakersfield Tower 118.1.
Bakersfield Tower. It's not good.
Left down, runway 30 right, and we'll go to tower on 118.1.
So now we are in mildly less pucker land with landing spots. Well, one, we've got an airport below us, but we've got relatively light traffic on these freeways. We've got a bunch of fields, a bunch of country roads that are just nice and straight. A lot more options than you get
Bravo Hotel, Palm Springs
in
ground,
the
runway 31 left, taxi via Alpha.
8 more minutes and it's Friday. Nice, dude. You're on the East Coast then, right? Well, obviously, yes. You're on the East Coast. Clearly, you're on the Eastern Arizona. So Camarillo right now is showing
Number 6575 Juliet Bakersfield Tower,
900
good evening,
broken.
wind
So the marine layer is coming in.
Runway 30 right, clear
You
land.
can see some of those clouds. Oh, East Coast Canada, we got another Canuck. Here from. Yeah, Santa Paula. Yeah, and that's what I said. White Lake is like Santa Paula is directly below. Right there's Santa Paula, pixelated as hell because I'm not really close. And there we go. Damn Canadians. Yeah, Goldsy, you're on East Coast of Canada Plus. You're on like extra East Coast. East Coast Ultra. He is absolutely a newfie.
I don't call you names.
White Lake with 2 excellent audio drops. That's really funny.
Six zero Quebec, turn right heading 160.
Right heading 160 to 160.
Alright. So this is cross-country flying. But low level, so it's a little bit more interesting scenery-wise. I love this way more. I like it way more than tube liner stuff.
60 Quebec, turn right heading 210.
Right heading 210 to 160 Quebec.
Does anyone know where Grau's at
3 miles
with that citation update? Because I would love that citation, but better.
Maintain 3,300
or more good.
Localizer cleared for the runway 24 ILS approach. 210.
Yeah, you like the bobblehead? Time Trader, happy Thursday.
Purchase approved, runway 31 left, clear for takeoff.
Yeah, this is awesome. Nope, that is absolutely not the button I wanted to press.
6 Mike Tango, I'm clear.
Yeah, so Brad, and I guess time too. Julia's parents are in town, and her dad is really excited to see the airport. So I'm gonna give my usual flash the badge airport tour. But yeah, that'll be mass production of pilots. Are there a lot of foreign pilots there, being that it's Canada? None of whom could meet the realistic definition of English proficiency. Yeah.
5082 Bravo.
Kind of like Gillespie a little bit. Gillespie is the one that's got a lot of them, right? I mean, I'm sure there's a couple in San Diego, but I remember.
Okay, south doesn't help me. I need to know which side of the runway on you.
I remember seeing a lot of Chinese students there. Get them out here to do some online flying.
Roger, runway 21 taxi via Bravo. 10 for 1 Bravo to the ramp, remain this free.
I think we're okay here. This is actually kind of helpful to look at. So
you done for the night?
We've got some terrain, but we do have
378 Bravo, radar contact.
a little reservoir here, man-made lake. We've got some roads. We're going direct to the VOR here. Our gliding distance would take us all the way to the shore, so that's actually okay. So I think we're okay here with this altitude. We've got
Juliet Alpha to the ramp,
plenty of time
pass for the Cat 5
to make PCH if we need to.
So okay, departure, g'day, Lancair 378 Bravo Hotel, climbing 3,500 for 1-2,000.
Okay, so Gillespie F7.
Lancair 378 Bravo Hotel, SoCal,
yeah, I've heard that the Gillespie airspace, like the radio around there, can be pretty nasty. Casitas, is that? No. Yeah. Lake Casitas. French airspace. Yeah, that would be a little bit crazy flying into French Canadian airspace. Listening to those controllers just go on and off French and English. Or sorry, French and Canadian. See what the weather is looking like at Santa Barbara. For Santa Barbara. Sky's clear, visibility 10. Winds F1 Oh, I was talking.
Number 280,
you're talking about like actually
Van Nuys Airport fly runway heading. Expect radar vectors Quang.
By the way, nitrogen air service at ACI, $150.
5 minutes after
Oh,
departure.
Departure frequency 120.55.
Well, did you
squawk
need to put
4204.
nitrogen in there? Or is that kind of typical? That is the famously the Nissan GTR uses nitrogen.
210 Quebec, should I switch to Panama Tower?
Number 0 Sierra Kilo, read back correct. Number 60 Quebec, connect Palomar Tower 118.6.
118.6, 160 Quebec.
Fortunately, Nathan ACIG took it off my board. Oh, nice.
2160 Quebec, Palomar Tower 124, clear to land.
Whoa.
Number 53176, connect Santa Barbara approach 120.55.
2055, 53176, yeah. Oh, because they didn't tell you ahead of time. So you just got a bill. You're like, $150 to put air in my tires? What? Santa Barbara approach. Hello. Skyhawk 53176, 6,500.
53176, Santa Barbara approach. Hello there. The altimeter 2970.
Thank you, 176.
You're welcome.
They apparently only have nitro. Brad, is that typical? That seems weird. But let me think about this more. So nitrogen is more stable than.
For 280 Sierra.
I mean, it would make
Santa Barbara ground.
It would make sense. So for ACI, not for general aviation. X, thank you so much for following and for stopping by. So nitrogen, the reason that nitrogen is used, at least in automotive applications, is that it is more stable than oxygen, and the pressure fluctuates less than air does. So like when tires get heat, when there's heat buildup in a tire, it doesn't affect the pressure as much as air would. So from the other side, if you have a plane that is going really high up and you're experiencing temperatures deep in the negatives, if you're filling it with air, the air pressure is going to, or the tire pressure is going to go down because the pressure, the colder air will contract. For like about a portable air pump on Amazon, nice. Yeah, I mean you could just, is it like a electric one or like a bike pump one? Because even a bike pump would be better. But I can see that if for a big jet, to fill those tires up with nitrogen, keep a stable air pressure, with big fluctuations in temperature would be good. General aviation plane, not. Ryan, good morning to you. You must be joining us from across the pond. Oh, 12 volt, yeah. Yeah, that's fine. Just pull the car up next to it and a little bit better. But that would be my guess, is that the air pressure is just going to be more stable. Air pressure goes up as temp goes up. You saying planes put nitrogen in tires to prevent that? No, I'm saying planes prevent putting nitrogen in the tires for an airplane prevents the air pressure from going down when temperature goes down. 5 a.m. just back from a 2.5 mile run. At 5 a.m. in the morning, you just ran 2.5 miles. Ryan, you're a beast, dude. That's awesome. That is awesome. The molecules in nitrogen are bigger than oxygen molecules, so they barely expand with temperature and pressure changes. Yeah, so it doesn't it contracts when it gets colder and expands when it gets hotter. So there's a huge fluctuation in air temperatures in an airplane, surrounding an airplane tire. So it's a great time to run. No people around, no cars. I love it. Where in the UK did you say? Yeah, where in Britain are you from? Oh wait, not me. Scotland. Okay, cool. Northern Ireland, very cool. From Scotland, but live in Northern Ireland.
60 Quebec taxi to the ramp via Alpha Administration.
Oh, Brad, you're in Teterboro, dude. Brad and I were just talking about that. You cannot be, I think literally, right? You could not be a corporate jet pilot and not go to Teterboro or Van Nuys. You got to go to one or the other. No, not sorry, not one or the other. You have to go to both of them. I used to fly to Teterboro all the time. Nice. Don't worry about the clouds. So it looks like 1,000 feet away. So does the regional climate determine how much nitrogen is put in, or the same all over? Well, it's like it's filled up with nitrogen. So you just have a flat tire and you fill it up with all nitrogen. Sorry about that. Yeah, so you have a flat tire and you fill up the entire tire with nitrogen. So it's not like you're not like sprinkling a little bit of nitrogen in there. You just fill up the whole tire with it. Not necessarily from a vacuum, so there is some other molecules in there, but you know, you're starting with a
378 Bravo Hotel advise when you have the wonder that is Big Bear in sight.
Now this thing's got a huge nose. We'll just have a peer over the top and let you know.
Like huge nose like Big Bird?
A huge nose like a Lancair Legacy.
Gotcha.
Must be an Italian airplane.
Hey, we got to the field inside.
Oh my god.
Yeah, 378 Bravo Hotel has the field inside.
378 Bravo Hotel is just trying to control my laughter.
I need to burn
before
some
I talk
fuel
there.
for
Radar
my,
service is terminated. Squawk VFR frequency change.
Oh, in my plane for a flight next week. I would love to time. It's gonna be kind of tough this weekend, but maybe that'd be fun. My in-laws are in town this weekend. They've got a party on Saturday. So I couldn't go for very long. Maybe like Saturday morning, possibly. I could do Saturday morning, but that would be cool. I'm dying to check that thing out. Good save when it's airport. Good save. So there is Santa Barbara. Love it when stuff like this happens on a network. I'm a VATSIM controller and I make a point to always saying stuff in a certain way. It normally takes the pilots makes the pilots burst in laughter. Sometimes I sing their clearance, then someone sang it back. Nice, Ryan, that's really funny. Cool, awesome time. That'd be fun. Yeah, they're the party's like in the early afternoon, so it couldn't be too late in the morning, but that would be fun. That Orco looks very pretty. Okay, so our nav aid here is on the top of this mountain. which we're right over. We need
Bravo,
to start heading inland now. We're just going to now stay in this valley.
So can approach low ramp departure 82 Bravo. Ascend heading 215, passing 800, climbing to 3000.
Follow that.
82 Bravo.
And we've got below us, we've got some roads, we've got, I mean, that's not very friendly. Our glide path will, our glide distance will take us to the shore. So we do have Santa Barbara well within reach if we needed it at this altitude. And same goes for ahead. We've got lake out here, we've got some roads. So all in all, despite the fact that we're kind of over some mountain peaks right here, it's pretty good. I remember Alvin asked me one time, why on earth would you want to go to Phoenix as we were taxiing out? And I said, who said anything about wanting to go? Laughter was heard in the background. Oh my god, that's so funny. All right, Ryan, get after it. Thank you for stopping by. I appreciate it.
Pull up. Pull up.
And Ryan, thank you for the follow. Brad and I wave to you more. Welcome to the show. My phone is going to die. Let's fix that. Stand by.
Bill's one of my favorite guys to yell at.
Oh, Marcus. Goldsy, it's so great to hear your voice on the network. You have no idea.
This here, Kilo Roger, haven't seen you take off yet. Check your transponder, please.
It really does feel like the early days because I flew with Goldsy so much
maintain 5,000, connect departure.
that I hear. I mean, it was the very first voice I heard on the frequency was Goldsy. And that was so bad. So bad. And you know what I haven't done in a while? So one of the flights that I did, or one of the flights that I watched on YouTube to help get ready for PilotEdge was on YouTube, and it was a guy going from John Wayne to Fullerton, and he's based out of John Wayne. And I want to go back to re-watch that and see if I recognize the plane. I bet I've seen the plane.
Rate 2 Bravo, turn right heading 010.
I think Goldsy spoiled you. He absolutely spoiled me without a doubt. He was so nice. So nice.
Try this again. 5082 Bravo, turn right heading 010.
So nice to the point where he kind of let me off the hook on a few things that.
82 Bravo, I can see you're making the turn. I did not hear a read back though.
He really.
Right heading 010. 502 Bravo.
2 Bravo, thanks.
A little bit further west than I want to. I think that should be right. Probably there. Aim right for that little misty thing that we can see through for 3 miles, which isn't actually a cloud. Brad, where are you flying? I forgot to ask what you're in on this trip. That's kind of a long one for any of the little guys.
280 Sierra Kilo, clear direct Quang, resume on navigation.
Quang. So, are you in the Bravo? In a Bravo, fresh out of a Phase 5 major inspection. Well, I don't know what a Phase 5 major inspection is, but I know what a Bravo is, and I know that that is not your favorite plane to fly to your not your favorite airport. Just that alone, condolences. Literally take every component off and put it back on. Holy crap, that's fun. How much does that cost? That's crazy. Only 3 weeks. That seems like it would take longer than that. That's actually impressive that it takes 3 weeks. At what point do you just buy a new one? For anyone that cares, the speed of smell is the point where you are going fast enough that if you shit your pants,
For 5082 Bravo, turn right, heading 120, when able to proceed direct Santa Monica. Resume
that is our
navigation.
lovely controller, everybody.
Right heading 120, resume navigation. November 582 Bravo.
When you convince the owner that this is money best spent on turning the airplane into vehicles. Oh my god. That's awesome. Oh, that's disgusting. 5 miles per hour. That's about how fast Brad would claim that Bravo goes. We're making time. We're good. Let's see if the weather. See how the weather looks. The real world weather. Might be even better. Oh yeah, that's better. That's nice. Santa Maria. Okay, weather has changed. Oh boy. Oh, okay. So San Luis Obispo is VFR. Oceano is not. And Santa
Bravo,
Maria
connect SoCal approach
is also
134.9.
not.
134.9, November 532 Bravo.
So we are going to have some interesting cloud dodging here. What's up, W North 13? How's it going? Tuning in from Thailand. Awesome, dude. Welcome. Wookie 042. Happy Thursday. Welcome.
Bravo,
What is a Bravo?
5082 Bravo, SoCal approach, giving the LE altimeter 29.
Time. It's citation Bravo.
2979, November 532 Bravo.
The speed is also directly proportionate to how many tacos you ate the day before. Time. Yeah, the Bravo is the little citation. You'd recognize it. You drive past them all the time.
53176, San Luis, altimeter 2979 is Victor.
Alright, thank you for Victor 53176.
I didn't give you Victor, I'm just telling you it's there.
We'll look for Victor.
Just hanging out with Mike.
Well, saying Victor's is about as much of the ATIS as we're gonna get anyway. Yeah, that's Marine Layer Central right there. It's gotten way worse since we started. Happy Thursday, Rigorian. I'm great. I'm fine. How are you doing, man? This is gonna be a mess. What is the weather saying? It's clear below 12,000. Got the girlfriend back in the house and she got her roommate. Nice. Okay, so let's hope we don't have to do anything IFRE, but we have to. We got a VOR, ILS for 11, and then we have an RNAV for 29. So why is there no ILS for 29? Isn't 29 the usual? First thing she said was, "Oh, I sound funny." That's pretty funny. I don't like any of this. Procedure, select, approach, vectors, load. That doesn't mean anything. I'm not going to do anything with that. But it's super cool. It is Bluetooth capable, so she has it linked to her phone, iPad, and the GPS. That is freaking awesome. I didn't know they did that. I don't like where this cloud layer is. It looks like that 12,000, and that's where Santa Maria is. And that Santa Maria is right now reporting 600 broken. It's IFR currently, and we're coming up to some clouds. Let's just hold it right here. It might kind of shift as we get closer, but those don't look too crazy. X-plane kind of has some weird cloud stuff happening. Yeah, she has to get used to hearing much better than what she did, but it's super cool and exciting for us both. She stood in the kitchen and asked me to say something to her from across the house, and when she could hear it, she got super excited. That's really cool, man. That is awesome. Huge, huge quality of life boost. But now you will have to hold in certain things that maybe you were able to get away with. You can hear like someone with good hearing now, but she has noticed the crinkling paper is super loud. That's really funny. Cool. Well, congrats. I still have the seagulls one in here. I got rid of that.
Stop it now.
Yeah, that song is so fun. Poke at my head, not fun. Yeah, let's go. Let's go off here. Run, 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 jump. I could be a backpack while you run. Swing from a hairy vine. I could be a backpack while you climb. Stand on one hand and lift. Rocks with your special gift. By the way, if you don't know, dates for the FS Expo 2020 have been set June 12th through the 14th at the Tropicana. Sweet. I didn't know that it was at the Tropicana, so that's cool. Yeah, that's awesome. Goldsy, Marcus, and Bill will be reunited again. What's the window in the upper right corner for a mod or add-on, or is it kind of a browser window overlay? That is a browser window overlay kind of thing, and that is my iPad. Once I level out here, no beer will be consumed that weekend. That is true, Goldsy. It is only going to be whiskey. We're going to go just straight booze the whole time. Until 8 hours before I have to fly back. Hopefully. But we gotta think about Airbnb, Goldsy. Get a big old house and cram a bunch of nerdy dudes in there. I'm working on getting a group together for a 501 trip to Vegas when it goes out. Oh, 501 trip sounds pretty dope. What kind of web service is this? Oh, is this connected to PE? Yeah, this is PilotEdge. Yeah. Me, SIC, Nick, Alvin, a West Coast friend. You and Julia. Depending on what the timing is, that could be a lot of fun, Brad. Yeah. That would be a lot of fun. $300. Like $300 round trip. Wookie. So yeah, this is ForeFlight. So that little screen right there is just a window capture overlay, and it is pulling from the iPad. It's not going to show up very well because there's like lime green on there and it's reflective and all that crap. But yeah, you can see that it's the same. It's what you're seeing in that screen. And the rest of us will crash the party. That would be a fun party to crash if you guys like airplanes. I could drive to Vegas. It's only 46 hours. That is horrifying. We still haven't gotten our little poke for ATIS information. That's fine because we can think for ourselves. Thank you very much, ForeFlight, and pick it up from that way.
2.13, altimeter 29er79er, arriving and departing runway 29er, visual approaches in use. Read back all runway assignments and hold short instructions. Advise on initial contact. You have information vector.
Just strap built.
San Luis County Regional Airport, ATIS information vector, 03560.
I am pretty streamlined, Foscom.
Visibility 10. Sky conditions, clear. Temperature 15.
Skies are clear.
2.13.
I'll call BS on that. according to X-Plane, but yeah, it's Air Server is the program on AirDrop notification. Air Server is what pulls it up on the PC, and then I just do a window capture on OBS. Yeah, it is not cheap, but oh my god, it's just the best, and it integrates perfectly with the sim. It'd be really hard to justify it for just sim flying. If money is not an issue, then it's unbelievable. But if you're on kind of a budget, then it's not a great option. Honestly, Sky Vector on another screen works just as good if you're paying attention and you've got a GPS at the same time. I signed up for Navigraph, but I really haven't done anything with that.
5082 Bravo, connect SoCal approach 27.4.
127.4, November 52 Bravo.
Oh man.
SoCal approach, November 52 Bravo, maintaining 5,000.
Chili float, what's happening? Happy Friday. Happy Thursday.
3,400. And also request for VOR.
I don't get to drive Navigraph for flying.
5082 Bravo.
Oh, except the nav data.
SoCal approach, roger. Descend and maintain.
That's really probably the
altimeter.
biggest hurdle for me flying IFR in the sim is that the nav data is so out of date.
2983.
I would probably be screwed.
You probably just want straight in VOR Bravo approach.
Ava, VOR Bravo approach. November 52
Yeah, you just went straight in though?
Ava,
yeah,
straight
just line Alpha.
November 52 Bravo.
52 Bravo, roger. Proceed direct Wrigley now.
Or
Wrigley
uniform,
at 3,400, cleared straight in VOR Bravo approach.
Seems too expensive. Still seems like a really cool service, especially for streaming.
Direct to Wrigley, cross Wrigley at 3,400.
Cool, well, I'm glad you like it, Wookie. I mean, I fly with it in the plane, and it's got a lot of
Kilo connect point Magoo approach 124.7.
lot of data on it that's at your disposal, and just for kind of reference for watching. I mean, you can see it's a little bit on the cluttery side, I guess, but you can see how far out we are, what
Point Magoo approach, good evening.
METARs, just situational awareness. We've got the ADSB traffic and stuff. So there's some cool stuff that it does from the viewer perspective.
I'm sorry, who's calling at Palm Springs there? It was Stefan?
Brain is trying to multitask here.
Hotel Tango, and you might Palm Springs ground roger.
How'd you get the bobblehead? Somebody made that. Little Bobble Bill. Came with a plane the owner is a huge
Cherokee 4 Foxtrot Golf, you can contact Conway Tower 126.8. Good day. 126.8, see ya.
Palm Springs.
Ryan, thank you very much for hanging out tonight. Have a great rest of your evening.
Maintain 8,000. Expect 10,000 5 minutes after departure.
Almost
departure
out
frequency
of this
126.7 squawk 6306.
Fuel's looking good. Let's make sure Victor's still.
Information vector.
Back correct.
San Luis County Regional Airport, Aegis Information Vector.
Output to speakers and mic is the default recording device. Yeah, I think so. I
AM
think
or
so.
PM?
I have voice meter banana though, so it's a little bit more convoluted.
3915 Tango Bravo, Palm Springs clearance. Roger, clear to the Montgomery Airport Cathedral, 1 departure, then as filed.
So our airport is
7000, departure frequency 126.7, squawk 6065.
It's right. Oh, there it is. Okay. Right in the middle of that.
Tango Bravo, read back correct, and for the record, it's almost 2 a.m. for me. I never said I wasn't. Air 3176, advise me of San Luis in sight.
Yeah, we've got the airport in sight, 53176.
Roger.
That is a crazy idea, Brad. It's a beautifully crazy idea. And we do have information Victor as well.
Roger.
Because this guy now wants to buy a mall on floats, and I want to go fly it.
82 Bravo, no traffic, observer change.
That does sound like
service
a
terminator
fun
for cancellation
thing
by
to fly.
FR or the missed approach on this frequency. Change to advisory frequencies approved.
Canceling IFOut, message change approved. November passing into Bravo.
Yeah, that
Hotel Tango, do you mind Palm Springs
video is
Tower, the right down
a
departure
bonanza with a
right
push
through on off quick
camera.
takeout.
Yes, it would be. Even though bigger tires wouldn't really fit.
53176, radar service terminated, squawk VFR, connect San Luis Tower 124.0.
Okay, squawking VFR going over to San Luis Tower, 53176. Yeah. There's San Luis Tower, flip over there. Where are we? San Luis Tower, good evening. Skyhawk 53176, 10 to the southeast with Victor, full stop.
53176, San Luis Tower, good evening. Make straight in, runway 29er, report a 3-mile final.
Straight in 29er, report 3 miles out, 53176. Bonanza with Fowler flaps, nice. But you got to keep the retract though. You got to keep the gear retractable. You don't want to give up that.
Ground, TBM 5 Tango Bravo.
But some VGs.
I should read the whole thing. TBM, not
some wicked flaps.
Ready taxi, we got Victoria on board.
We're now on 5 Tango Bravo, Palm Springs, ground rise, runway 31 left, taxi via Whiskey and Alpha.
Whiskey and Alpha, 31 left.
If I make some money, I'm going to do
Information Victoria. Ready to Bravo,
Victoria, Sacred Haven.
Big gear bays and doors.
With that weather, I'm not surprised. Execute missed approach
flaps.
procedures published.
Yeah, that would be so fun. Could you even get the nose gear bay bigger though? Is there any room in there? Like the wing ones you might be able to get away with it, but how much room is in that nose? Acting as if this is even remotely possible. The mains double as seats. Here we go. You can do anything with another main right there. Yeah, yep, that's true. Well put. Might look like the nose of that tricycle gear carbon cub. I have neither. We got some descending to do. Let's just get those out. we've got some time to.
5082 Bravo, do you want to remain in the hold for a bit? Do you want to go somewhere else? Just advise your intentions whenever you're ready there, no rush. Bravo, Roger. I'll get that ready for you.
St. Louis Tower, Skyhawk 53176, about 3 mile final for 2.
176, runway 29er, clear to land, wind 2904.
Alright, clear to land 29er 53176. Well, creativity is sometimes referred to as precision. Guess what?
Tango Bravo, ready to go.
Number 915 Tango Bravo, Palm Springs Tower, runway 31 left, clear for takeoff, wind 310 at 17.
Clear left, clear takeoff, thank you.
So here's an example of
Number 82 Bravo, climb and maintain 6,000.
everything's looking okay, right? Like this,
fairly lengthy, so just
like that looks okay. You know, nothing's too crazy looking here, but we're at 120 knots. That's not good. Okay, let's do some creative rep pack flying here. Tactical approach. Yeah. We'll figure it out. Just get down, bro.
Number 5 Tango Bravo, connect SoCal departure.
The nose is pitched up.
Over to SoCal departure, I think. 5 Tango Bravo.
And we're speeding up. So super dumb. St. Louis Tower, Skyhawk 53176. We're gonna go around.
For 915 Tango Bravo, SoCal departure, radar contact, climb and maintain 10,000. 176, you are on the perfect profile there for the approach. Make left traffic, runway 29er.
Alright, left traffic for 2953176. Well, that's what having to go up to 8,000 feet,
132 Echo
10 miles
left
out
GA
for clouds.
ready to taxi.
That's a big old,
Echo Foxtrot, Palm Springs,
big old
runway 31
whoops.
left, taxi by a Whiskey Alpha.
Jackson 31 left, via Whiskey
Did you give Brad a gander
280
at
Sierra Kilo, connect SoCal approach 134.2.
Oh, I think he saw that.
176, right 29er, clear to land, wind 2904.
Clear to land 29er 53176. Yeah, Brad, did you see the Brandon's taxi instructions?
Watch the birdie.
What's up, Iowa?
280 Sierra Kilo, SoCal approach, Van Nuys altimeter 2979er. Information Bravo, expect the visual approach runway 16 right.
Digi Driver, thank you for the raid. Welcome, everybody.
Five 502 Bravo, Roger, clear to the Santa Monica Airport via the Santa Catalina VOR. Victor 21, Seal Beach, and Sierra Lima, India. Victor 8, Poxcu. That's Papa. Oscar,
The old Pox
X-ray,
coup, huh?
Kilo uniform. Victor 363, Beige, that's Bravo, Alpha, Yankee, Juliet, Yankee. Victor 186,
Listen to this
Dart,
full route clearance.
Delta, Alpha, Romeo, Tango, Sierra, then direct, maintain 6,000.
just don't want to keep doing that stupid having to like slip it in every time because I'm too high.
915 Tango Bravo, clear
too
direct
fast.
thermal VOR.
This is better. Still fast. Like I don't know. What I was talking about. Don't worry about the landing. We got there. Everything's cool. Cross the numbers at 80, having been
Right, T Bravo, did you copy
power off
any of that route again?
all downwind.
After 363 you need? Okay, it's Victor 363 to Beijing. That's Bravo, Alpha, Yankee, Juliet, Yankee. And Victor 186 to Darts, Delta, Alpha, Romeo, Tango, Sierra. Yeah, go ahead.
Hey, what's up, peanut butter? Let's give this a little bit. Taxi. Ramp via Alpha 176. Thank you.
Great T Bravo, read back correct.
San Luis Tower, Skyhawk 53176, clear of 29er at Foxtrot, straight into ACI.
Rate 2 Bravo, roger. 53176, taxi to the ramp via Alpha.
Ramp via Alpha 53176. Thank you.
The 280 Sierra Kilo, descend and maintain 4,000.
Peanut butter just had a great couple of flights. Now we're gonna head into ACI because they let you park for free for 3 hours. Awkwardly parked planes here. This is very awkward. And they're all high wing too. Or probably underneath this high wing. Time to go to Kern Valley. That's your favorite. Oh crap! No! Where are we going? This is good. This is a good spot right here. Right? I haven't looked at how they have these parked, but this probably is not it. This guy right here. Yeah, those tires were probably not making that. Where's reverse on this thing? Did you driver have a great night as well?
A little bit of static, it seems to be pretty much loud and clear.
What's up, South Miami? Yeah, I'm good. There we go. Push it back a little bit. my rudder pedals like moving across the floor. I know you don't like being on the ground, X-Plane, but you're gonna have to help me out here. That's fine. Yeah, I read that too, Kenny. I was like, that's, did he just say his wife? Set up his computer for his wife? Interesting. Yikes. Well, that was very nice. That was one of the most enjoyable ones in a long time. Thank you very much, guys. Now we know why Bill won't be flying into Oshkosh. It's not my fault! That would drive me nuts.
280 Sierra Kilo to Van Nuys Airport, 12 o'clock, 9 miles. Advising you have the field in sight.
No, that's still good.
0 Sierra Kilo, thanks. Clear visual approach from runway 16 right.
Air
5 Tango Bravo, connect LA Center 128.6.
Thank you, Regular. Okay, let's. Thank you very much, Bobble Bill. Goldsy, you are a continental treasure.
Nice. Number 915 Tango Bravo, LA Center, good evening. Palm Springs, altimeter 2962.
That's a 176, turn right, hotel, kind of ground.
Right at hotel, contact the ground. See ya!
That was so awesome. That was so great. It's true, man. I was going to say you're a national treasure, but you are more than that. You are a continental treasure. North America is lucky to have you, Goldsy. Okay. So that's that. Any... Hey, Brad. One thing you liked, one thing you didn't like, one thing you learned. Good trip to Teterboro Cluster F. One thing you liked, one thing you didn't like. I don't know if we learned anything. Maybe we did. Maybe somebody learned something.
Cessna Skyhawk 204. Oh, fuck.
So busy weekend. In-laws are in town, and they are going to be taking up this room. At least like this part of the room back there. So that's kind of a bummer. Obviously puts a little bit of a hamper on being able to do this next week, but we'll see. I don't know exactly what the schedule is. For sure, probably. Yes, I know, Goldsy. This room. So yeah, I probably won't be streaming on Monday. Probably not on Wednesday. Maybe on Wednesday. We'll see. But yeah, it'll be fun. I'm excited to show my father-in-law the airport. His brother was the one that was killed in a plane crash. He was a CFI and was killed along with 2 students when he was very young. And that obviously had a big impact on my father-in-law, Julia's dad. So I was kind of nervous when we were telling them that I was flying, and he could not have been more happy and excited. Is dying to go flying. I don't think he's been in a small plane since his brother took him up. And he was like, I can't believe that, like someday, hopefully soon I'll be able to fly with you flying it. And he thought that was super cool. So that's cool. I'm excited to just show him the airport. I know he's gonna think it's the coolest thing ever. So that'll be something we'll definitely be doing this weekend. Joe, thank you very much. Have a great weekend as well. White Lake, thank you. I might show him the sim. I don't know if I'm gonna get him to stream, but I'll definitely probably show him the sim. I think he would like that. Well, thank you very much, everybody. White Lake, Joe, Goldsy, of course, Continental Treasure, Rigorian, Kinney, South Miami, Pilot Peanut Butter, good to see you, dude. Of course, Bradley, the pilot guy. Digi Driver, thank you again for the raid. Who else am I missing? Chili Float, Ryan signed off, but thank you, Ryan. Multiple Ryans. PosCon Network, thank you. Anyone else? Who else I miss? Wookie. Anyone else that's that hasn't been in the chat recently? Shenanigans, thank you. The dad-in-law might be a good time for sim to table. Yeah, that's good. That's a good call. Those were fun. I did like those. It was a pain in the ass getting Julia to do those, but I enjoyed them. Cool. Thank you guys so much. I will see you hopefully in the Discord if you're in there, and enjoy the next couple of minutes here.
Und was der